Huh?
Absolutely. We need more runs. We need more hits. Only 4 hits last night. But, Dave, as we were talking about it earlier, they need to bunch them together. They got scattered last night, not able to drive many runners in at all. J.P. Crawford with the only one. Get some hits, get them bunched together, drive some guys in.
That's really important. We take a look at the starters for tonight, and Robbie Ray goes against Michael Lorenzen. Lorenzen was a two-way guy for a little bit when he was in Cincinnati.
Yeah, absolutely. A key for Robbie Ray tonight. He stayed away from the big inning his last time out. A key tonight to stay away from the big inning. Keep Mike Trout quiet. Keep Taylor Ward quiet in front of Mike Trout. Keep him off the bases. That'll help Robbie Ray tremendously tonight.
All right, what are the Mariners looking for from Lorenzo? I know he's a big kid and throws hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a pretty good matchup for the Mariners. Mariners a good fastball hitting team. Lorenzo will throw some 2-seamers and 4-seamers and some cutters. So this could line up very well for the Mariners tonight. Lots of fastballs.
Well, as you know, last night the Mariners took it on the chin, and as you know, Mike Trout was healthy and played. He started, and yeah, he did his thing. He hit 2 two-run homers last night. His numbers continue to grow in this ballpark against the Mariners. Ouch. Let's see what we can do and what the Mariners can do against them here this evening. Game 2 of this 5-game set. Mariner baseball, first pitch is straight ahead.
なんかね、1600円ぐらい。
Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Crawford to first in time.
Good look at the westbound 520 coming west towards Seattle, where tonight game 2 of a 5-game series. The Mariners and the Los Angeles Angels, and it's firework night, so pull the roof back before long after this ball game. As these fans streaming in, it's also Star Wars night here at the ballpark, and they have come fully loaded. Glad you've joined us, Mariner Baseball. Dave Sims, Dan Wilson with you. And we're ready for action. Robbie Ray looking to get his 6th win of the season. Take a look at Robbie Ray coming into start number 14. No decision in his last outing. His last victory was against Houston back on June 6th. Our first pitch is brought to you by First Tech Federal Credit Union. It is time to play ball, and here we go. And first pitch in there to Taylor Ward, a strike. Veteran Hunter Wendelstadt. Balls and strikes tonight. Adam Hammery. He's at first base. Jerry Lane, crew chief, at second, and David Arrieta at third. Hit pretty deep. Right center field. It's going to be Julio. A foot on the track. He called off. Trammell makes the play. Trammell was pretty vehement. Looked like he wanted that ball pretty badly.
Here's a look at the Angels lineup tonight. You see 1 and 2 again. Taylor Ward, Mike Trout. They were a deadly duo last night. Trout, the designated hitter. Ohtani getting the night off. And then Brandon Marsh down there in the 6th hole. He's got 6 homers, 30 RBIs for the Angels. He provides some power down there at the bottom of the order.
And you got the reason why no Ohtani tonight?
Talking to Mark Gubicza next door, broadcaster for the Angels. He said because of the doubleheader tomorrow, they got in late. When they got to Seattle, they got in about 5 in the morning. So they said, hey, we'll give you tonight off and then back in there tomorrow.
They're looking at about 8 ABs, maybe 9 for Ohtani tomorrow.
It is a rare day off, Dave. 155 games I think he played last year. So he is in there a lot.
Well, Dan, part of the story about Robbie Ray, Cy Young Award winner and led in multiple categories last year in the American League and the major leagues. He's always had 1 inning. It seems like in the games that he's struggled. He's behind 3-0 here. I think a lot of people here in the Pacific Northwest wouldn't mind 4 balls.
I think we're okay with that right now. Yeah, but you're right, Dave. I mean, the one Achilles heel has been the big inning for Robbie. He was able to avoid it last time out. Pitched 7 scoreless innings. So tonight, I think we would like to see the same. Stay away from that big inning, and there's ball 4 to Mike Trout.
All right, sigh of relief all around the room. Let's see if we can get a double play and then get out of the first inning.
You take a look at Robbie Ray's arsenal. He's got the good fastball, the 4-seamer. He'll throw at the top of the zone, and that devastating slider leads the majors with 115 whiffs on that slider this year. And he'll also throw a 2-seamer on that fastball as well. That's been an effective pitch for him. The defensive behind him tonight. Justin Upton in left field. Julio Rodriguez and Trammell left to right. Suarez, Crawford, Frazier, France left to right on the infield. Cal Raleigh will do the catching tonight for Robbie Ray.
Welcome to the 15-year veteran Justin Upton. There's a strike to Matt Duffy, who's got good numbers against Robbie Ray, 4 for 6.
A good fastball there, coming right back into the zone, getting ahead of Duffy. As you mentioned, 4 for 6 career, so he wants to be in control of this at bat, get ahead, and go to work.
Down in the strike zone. 0-2.
Another good fastball there. Looked like a 2-seamer away. It's been a pretty good pitch for him. He'll throw that pitch outside corner to the right-handers, in on the left-handers. Much different look on that fastball, and it's been effective.
Not in. Close to his fist there. Fouled off. Robbie Ray wins this year. Minnesota, Texas, Philly, the Mets, and Houston. Just underway here in Seattle. The 0-2. Back foot, that missed. Robbie Ray sensational last year, 13-7, 2.84 ERA and 32 starts. Cy Young Award winner. .248 strikeouts, led the majors. All 2 strikes. Took a little off, fouled away. Let's stay away from that zone.
Yeah, a little middle right there. Got away with it from Matt Duffy, following it back. It was a slider. Probably wanted that more down, back foot down in the dirt, and that stayed middle.
Infield looking for a double play here. Trout the runner at first. Fouled off again.
Now Duffy putting together a pretty good at bat. Some good pitches here with that fastball. But Duffy able to get a piece of it, fouling it off, waiting for that big mistake.
There's some particulars on last night's 4-1 Angels win. Pretty significant for them. First roadie win since May 15. Snaps an 11-game road losing streak. 1-2 pitch inside. They had a brutal run not too long ago. 14 consecutive losses and 18 of 20. Heck of a battle against Duffy. Robbie Ray deals bouncing ball to Frazier. They'll get the lead runner. They get Trout. 2 outs. Duffy reaches on a fielder's choice.
Well, Frazier ranging to his left on this one. Able to get that lead runner in Mike Trout. No chance for JP to make the turn as Duffy was getting down the line hard.
Good to see Ty France back in the lineup. He had yesterday off. Well deserved. Scott Service talking about making sure he gets one of those hardcore guys, his leading guys, give him a day here and there. JP had a day off recently, also sick for a couple of days. Julio had a day off not too long ago. There's Luis Renifo.
Well, that's the benefit, I think, Dave, of having this doubleheader on the schedule. You have a little time as a manager to sort of prepare for it, give your guys a blow here or there before the doubleheader hits. A lot of times when it's a rainout doubleheader, you can't predict it. So this one on the schedule kind of helps him get his guys some rest.
A lot of foul balls here in this first inning. Robbie Ray's second career start against the Angels. No record. Total of 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts in his only previous meeting. 1-2.
Now you see the EQC tracer, a little backdoor slider here. Catches the outside corner. Outstanding pitch. Great location on that, just getting that corner just a touch.
Ball and 2 strikes. Nothing doing there. 2-2. Angels in 3rd place in the AL West, game and a half in front of the Mariners. Angels at 30-35. The Mariners at 28-36. As you look at the on-deck hitter, Max Stassi, the catcher. 2 out and a 2-2 count. Oh, look out. Glad he got his face out of the way.
It looked like it got him maybe in the shoulder.
Yep.
Trying to go up and in with that fastball. Take a look at it. Yeah, it gets him on the left tricep as he throws it up in front of his face.
Just misses the guard he had. Hopefully he's okay.
Looks like he's all right. He'll make his way down to first base.
We do have great athletes in this game, and thank goodness we do in cases like that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, Robbie Ray trying to go in with that fastball, and it just gets away from him a little bit.
Now he's got to battle Max Stassi, the catcher. He went 0 for 4 in last night's game. Last night a 4-1 victory for the Angels. Two-run homers by Mike Trout. Shohei Ohtani in 6 innings, a 3-hit shutout ball, 2 walks and 6 Ks. And just for the heck of it, he threw in a 2 for 4 night at the plate. Strike 1 to Stassi. It is marvelous, amazing. I know.
Yeah.
You just don't see this. We haven't seen this since Babe Ruth very early in his career. Be able to pitch at a high efficiency, to be an outstanding hitter. And the question that's been rolling around the last few years about this Angel club, they got these 2 great players, and no playoffs. And Trout's been in the playoffs just once.
Well, I think it's what's interesting about it, Dave, is you probably talk to any of these guys on the field, and growing up they probably pitched and played field, whatever whatever they did. But to your point, that Ohtani does it at such a high level, both sides of the ball. He's such an outstanding hitter with power and one of the league's best pitchers as well. To be able to do both of those at that rate is unbelievable.
Took a tricky hop. Suarez stayed with it. Throws out Stassi. Mariners get out of this inning with a couple of runners aboard. When we get back, it's J.P. Crawford leading off with the Mariners. Back, everybody, to the bottom of the first inning. Take a look at the Mariner batting order that will go up against right-hander Michael Lorenzen.
Well, J.P. Crawford to lead it off. He was the lone RBI last night with his RBI double in the 8th inning. Ty France back in the 2-hole at first base tonight after the night off last night. Eugenio Suarez, he'll be at third base, bat fourth. He was 2 for 4 last night, currently in a 3-game hit streak. And then in the 6th hole in left, Justin Upton, who we will talk about tonight, making his Mariner debut in a 15-year Major League career. Taylor Trammell will be in right field. He will bat ninth. And Michael Lorenzen will be the man of the hour tonight for the Angels. This is his 11th start, the 6-3 record. Take a look at his arsenal. He's got a sinker, which is a 2-seam fastball. He's got a 4-seam fastball. He'll mix those in and out. He also has a cutter, and he'll mix in his slider and changeup effectively as well.
Strike one to JP. JP 1 for 4. RBI double 8th inning, ended a 17-inning scoreless stretch by the Mariners. So fouled off. 0-2. JP back in the leadoff spot. We saw him there a lot last couple of years. This is his 2nd game leading off, back-to-back games. Spent most of the time this season in the 3 and 4 spots and the 5-hole. 0-2 from Lorenzen. Lorenzen signed as a free agent by the Angels last November. This is his 8th year in the big leagues with Cincinnati out of Fullerton State. JP sharply hits it right to the second baseman, Rengifo. There's one away.
Take a look at the Angels on defense tonight. Marsh, Lagares, and Ward in the outfield left to right. Jack Mayfield will be down at third base. Velasquez, Rengifo, and Duffy around the infield left to right. And then Max Stassi will do the catching tonight for Mr. Lorenzen. Talked about Lorenzen, Dave, and Mariners, they like to hunt the fastball. They like to hit the fastball. They do damage on that pitch, and they'll see a lot of hard stuff from Lorenzen tonight. I think the key for them to offensively will be to kind of be patient enough to get that mistake, and when they get that hard mistake in the middle of the plate, do some damage to it. We'll see how that plays out as the evening goes on.
This homestand Mariners averaging 3.5 runs per ball game. Their big problem, hitting .203 during that stretch. Dan, runners in scoring position, 203, 12 for 59.
Yeah, it's been a tough go for them with runners in scoring position. This guy right here, Ty France, has really done an outstanding job. He has really shown in that capacity, hitting over 400 with runners in scoring position. But you're right, after that it drops off pretty quickly, and it's been an Achilles heel for the Mariners this year.
2-1 to Ty. Said he definitely felt refreshed getting a complete day off.
Well, physically it's nice, but I think the bigger benefit is the mental day off that you get, Dave, and especially when you're in a tough stretch of games.
There's Jack Mayfield, who spent part of last year with the Mariners and the Angels. 2 down. Today's SAP broadcast is brought to you by the Laborers Union, 47,000 strong in the Northwest. Quick 2 outs. Brings up Julio Rodriguez. Julio batting third tonight, batted second last evening, went 0 for 4, a couple strikeouts. Breaking ball for strike.
I'll take a look at the EQC tracer on that one. That pitch down below the zone. Give a little credit to Max Stassi. Did a nice job bringing that one up into the zone.
One to Julio. Hit hard, base hit. Left field. Out of the box hard. Brandon Marsh bobbles. Julio on the run. He'll shut it down at second base. Always runs hard. Keeps that head up. Easy go for him to get to second base. Well, good to see he got a hanger, and he really wailed on it.
Yeah, this is a slider just off the middle away. And he's able to hit that ball hard into left field, and then Marsh just runs right by it. Almost just picks up his head a little early and runs right by it. Julio says thank you very much. I'll take second base.
He had that look like, what do you mean it's not on my glove? So if they can pick him up, there's Eugenio Suarez. Team home run later. Gino had a good night. Of the 4 hits for the Mariners, he had 2. A broken bat single in the first inning and a solid base hit to right field in the 4th. A nice easy motion by Lorenzen to run up that 94.
Yeah, a couple of pitches down at the bottom of the zone, maybe even below the zone, that they've gotten for strikes. So maybe a low zone tonight for Hunter Wendelstedt behind the plate.
Lorenzen, born in Anaheim, California, and went to Cal State Fullerton State. Spent the last 7 years in Cincinnati, going 23 and 23. Bulk of his work out of the pen. That is, oh, he didn't come up with it. Throw down to third and safe. Julio ready to move if he sees any kind of bobble or any kind of indecision.
Yeah, I love that. And I tell you what, when you're a team that's struggling offensively, you got to find every little crack you can find. And here's one right here. Max Stassi does a nice job to knock it down. It's a pitch in the dirt. But Julio with an outstanding read, a good secondary lead that puts him in a position to be able to take that extra base. And that's a great piece of base running right there by Julio Rodriguez.
The wild pitch gets Julio to third. A 2-1 to Gino. 2-2.
A little two-seamer there, middle of the plate.
2-2. Runner at third. Base hit. Left field. 1-0 Mariners on the Eugenio Suarez single scoring. Julio Rodriguez taking advantage of an error and a wild pitch. And of course the base hit by Julio. RBI number 35 for Gino.
We talked about hunting that fastball. Here's another two-seamer, 95 miles an hour, up in the zone. And Eugenio able to get the barrel to it, pick up that line drive. And you're right, Dave. I think that's a good sign for the Mariners, able to take advantage of the Angels' miscues on defense. And that's a big run right there. It gives them some confidence, gets them rolling tonight offensively.
In terms of fielding percentage, the Angels are 10th in the American League. The Mariners lead the American League. Fewest errors with 24.
They have been outstanding, Dave, and you and I both know every day we see them out there taking their ground balls, taking their outfield work, and it sure has paid off.
They put in the work as Jesse Winker looks at ball 1-1 to Jesse's DHing today. Was in left field in last night's game, walked a couple times, went 0 for 2. I think he, without a doubt, is one of the keys if the Mariners going to pick it up. They start tonight 8 games below 500. Could use a big jolt, big boost from any kind of offensive production from Jesse Winker along with Suarez, the 2 guys that came over from Cincinnati. 2-2.
EQC Tracer, fastball, two-seamer, top of the zone, 95. Pretty good cut from Winker.
2-2 at the infield, pulled around to the right, 2 outs. Work the full count. Nice to have Winker on board for Justin Upton in his Mariners' first at bat. He's on deck.
Well, Winker leads the American League with 40 walks.
3-2. Slow roller. Mayfield throws over in time, and that'll do it. Mariners get a run. They have a 1-0 lead for Robbie Ray as we go to the 2nd inning. Good crowd on hand here tonight. Well, the rain's going to stop. They'll be able to open up the roof and we'll get it on with the fireworks show after this ball game. Good crowd on hand here. Mariners with a 1-0 lead. That run earned in the bottom of the 1st. Brendan Marsh, Juan Lagares, and Andrew Velasquez against Robbie Ray. Breaking ball for a strike.
This will be a big inning, Dave, in terms of momentum, shutting this team right here down. The Angels, after picking up that run, runs have been hard to come by for the Mariners, so anytime they can get that lead, they want to keep it, hold on to it, continue to add on to it. So this will be a big inning for Robbie and the Mariner defense.
Angels come in 7th in runs per game, 7th in batting average, 5th in hits, tied with Houston for 2nd place in home runs behind the Yankees. They strike out more than anybody. One and two. Infield pull around to the right for Marsh. Phil Nevin took over a few days ago. Joe Madden was relieved of his duties. Phil had a fine playing career himself.
I remember Phil playing San Diego Padres, third base. That's a pop.
Swing and a miss. Down goes Marsh. Yes, indeed. He had 208 home runs in his 12-year career.
Well, 1 and 2, they try to go down with the slider. 2-2, they come back up top with the fastball.
Robbie's first strikeout of the evening. Here's Juan Lagares, wearing the number 10 that Justin Upton used to wear for the Angels. Big swing and a miss. Lagares, a former Met. They've had all kinds of turnaround with this club. And sorry to hear that Anthony Rendon season over, wrist operation. Fine third baseman who also led the Nats to the World Championship a few years ago. One and one. They went fishing there, just got a piece.
There we see another two-seam fastball away on the EQC tracer, really well located just off the plate. And after that first pitch slider that he swung through that fastball away.
Look out. Scattered the fellas in the dugout of the Angels. Lagares in his 2nd season with the Angels after 8 with the Mets. Pulled foul, picking on his teammates. Lagares in center field, Trout the DH this evening. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Robbie. 2 down here in the 2nd. You can watch baseball live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. 2 outs and the shortstop. Really good glove guy, not much of a hitter. Andrew Velasquez. Velasquez out of the Bronx, New York. Played with the Yankees last year. This one right at Adam Frazier, and a very nifty, tidy 2nd inning for Robbie Ray. Couple of strikeouts in the lineup. Justin Upton's Mariner batting debut coming up after this timeout. Boston digging in his first AB as a Mariner, just brought up from Tacoma. Good to have him with the ball club. 15-year veteran. Boy, he has been around the corner several times. 1,828 career games. He's got 324 career home runs and 1,000 RBI. Strike one to him, leading off here in the second.
Little slider there away from him.
It's his former team, the Angels. Ground ball to the shortstop. Velasquez throws him out. And now it's time for a look at the Northwest Chevy Silverado drive of the game. How about the way the Mariners manufactured a run first inning?
You see the error by Marsh. Takes advantage of second base, and then the ball gets away from Stasi just a little bit. Julio on that, and then Suarez with the single. Julio trots home easily, and the Mariners pick up the first run of the night.
Take it. An easy run. Gotta like him. Here's Adam Frazier.
How is it, Dave, that sometimes they can seem so easy and sometimes they can seem so difficult?
Well, just ask Adam Frazier some of the balls he's hit right at people with the game on the line a couple of times against Boston. Put it in play here softly to Randy Pop. 2 down. Bring up Cal Raleigh, Mariners catcher. Give him high marks on his behind the plate actions in the games he's been in.
Yeah, Cal's done a really nice job behind the plate. I mean, I think defensively, he has been a guy that they knew could handle the position. It was just a matter of getting to know the pitching staff and getting some experience with them, which he has now, and seems to get better and stronger behind the plate. He's done a nice job throwing right around league average, throwing runners out. And to see his bat take an uptick here in the last month or so has been outstanding. He's done a lot of changes to his swing and just shortened it up a little bit. Made a little bit more contact, and when he does make contact, Dave, he does damage, and we've seen doubles and home runs off this barrel.
High drive deep right field. That's got Carey getting up and gone. Right on cue. You talked about his power. He just got enough out of here. 2-0 Mariners. Home run for Cal, his 8th. RBI number 18. That means so much in the bottom of the order, Dan.
Yeah, it really does, and his bat's continuing to heat up. It's an off-speed pitch away from him, gets him out front just a little bit. He gets it off the end of the bat, and it just does clear it. Nice attempt out there by Taylor Ward to try to track that ball down, but Cal Raleigh picks up his 7th homer on the season.
So 2-0 Mariner lead. Here's Taylor Trammell.
8th homer. Sorry, Dave.
No problem.
Can't shortchange those guys.
For the catchers. You can take you catchers union guys. He just did a mea culpa. He's good. Boy, you don't care how it gets over as long as it gets out of the ballpark.
No doubt. Well, the thing about Lorenzen, Dave, he's held right-handed hitters to a 169 average, but lefties hit 274 against him. He's in a stretch here where he faces 4 left-handed hitters in a row, and Cal able to take advantage of that weakness against the left-handed hitters.
RBI is Cal and Suarez so far today. 1-1 to Trammell. 2 balls, 1 strike. Taylor batting in the 9 spot. A lot of time in right field. Switch hitting catcher with some pop. He continues to improve week in and week out. Taylor a little too quick on that one.
Yeah, I love to see that too. We love to see that bat heat up, Dave, no doubt about it, but catchers are for defense, and he's sitting right next to Robbie Ray. You know, make that conversation there. They're talking already. Makes that communication between pitcher and catcher so much easier.
That it does, no doubt about it. Trammell strikes out. Highlighted at the inning, the Cal Raleigh home run. It's a 2-0 Mariner lead. Split doubleheader tomorrow. Game 1, 110. Game 2, 710. And remember, each game requires a separate ticket. So secure your seats for a great summer day and night of baseball at Mariners.com. Robbie Ray staked with 2-0 lead. He's got 9-1 and 2 coming up. Jack Mayfield. Mariner for a cup of coffee. Couple of cups of coffee last year. He's at third base. Anthony Rendon, that's a big loss.
Yeah, he's a good hitter. And missed a lot of time last year as well. Just a tough loss for the Angels.
Wrist injury. KOs his season. Got to get surgery. Mayfield to be followed by Taylor Ward and Mike Trout.
Talking about that doubleheader tomorrow, Dave. We were talking over on the radio side previous to the game. And catchers who have caught both ends of doubleheaders, it doesn't happen very often. And Gary Hill looked up Yogi Berra caught over 100 doubleheaders.
Oh my goodness. Lawrence Peter Yogi Berra on a naval ship lobbing in shells at D-Day. Preparation for the landing back in 1944. And one of the great players of all time. And for me, growing up, every year it seemed like it was Whitey Ford pitching to Yogi Berra in the World Series.
One of the most quotable people.
You bet. Well, sweet man. I had the pleasure of meeting him during my time in New York. And Whitey Ford was very funny. Love hearing those stories about, well, the Copacabana days with he and the Mick, Billy Martin and all those boys. They didn't lack for good times. 2-2. Fouled off. It's always pesky little 194 hitters like Jack Mayfield that run up your pitch count, right?
Yeah. They've had a couple of long at-bats tonight already. Good hard two-seam fastball. Really well located away, and Mayfield does what he can just to spoil it.
2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Third strikeout for Robbie Ray. Struck out 3 of the last 4 men that he's faced now.
A really good pitch here. This one's really tough because of the location to spoil it. Can't get the barrel to it. Up and in on the hands. Make delivery super mo. You'll see the release. And Mayfield trying to get his hands in there to get the barrel to it, but just not able to do that. Great pitch there by Robbie Ray.
Top of the order, Taylor Ward. And these guys were 11 games over 500. This kid was ripping it up and getting everybody's attention because you already had Trout, you already had Ohtani.
Yeah, really nice piece for him there at the top of the order. See the averages numbers there, 322. Anytime you got someone that's going to get on base consistently in front of the Trout Ohtani duo, it's going to be a lot of runs for that club.
Yeah, he went 3 for 5 in last night's game. A couple singles to right and an infield hit. Scored twice. 1-1. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Bouncing ball, foul. Suarez didn't. I don't blame him. Play it through.
Absolutely. Play till you hear the whistle. Going in with a fastball. Probably wanted in a little deeper. But Ward just fouled it foul down the line at third base. So far tonight, Robbie doing a really nice job going in and out with the fastball. Using the slider down. We've seen him go in and out with the slider too. A couple back doors.
Ground ball. Suarez a little high. Good footwork by Ty France. Maintains contact for the out.
A really nice play at first base by Ty France. You see the extra footwork, switches feet and keeps that toe right on the bag, and that's tough to do because you have to cross over the bag. You know the runner is close. And total concentration on that baseball. Really nice play by Ty France.
And again, and I heard Perry Hill talking about it on our radio flagship station today. Says, you know, you don't always have to. There's Trout. Said, you know, Ty France isn't size or height wise not your classic first baseman, but he said Steve Garvey, look what he did.
Yeah,
I thought that was a great comp.
Yeah.
Would you like to have Willie McCovey? Well, Willie Stargell with targets over there, yeah. But he's getting the job done and then some. There's Trout, walked him on 4 pitches. And Robbie's got him 0-2.
We're take a look at Trout's home runs.
Goodness.
Here in T-Mobile Park, there's been 23 of them. And he'll hit just about anything, and he'll hit just about anywhere, Dave. He's got them all over the ballpark.
He'd roll it up there like he's going after a split.
Well, Ray's got him 0-2 here, which is where you like to have him.
Quick 2 outs, 3rd inning. Mariners on RBIs by Suarez in the first, home run by Raleigh in the second. Trout the 1-2 pitch from Robbie Ray. Back foot missed, 2-2. There have been, we've seen so much of Trout. Men on or even nobody on it. Play bowling, 7-10 split. Take your chances. Wow. Robbie Ray's got 3 strikeouts. He's walked 1 and another strikeout to the count. How big was that to retire Mike Trout to end the top of the 3rd? Visit just a few minutes ago. Mr. Cal Raleigh gone large.
Little breaking ball out front. Able to reach and hook that ball over the right field fence. Taylor Ward giving chase, but just out of his reach. Home run number 8 for Cal Raleigh on the season. Did I mention he's a catcher, Dave?
Darn good one, too. Top of the order, JP, Ty, and Julio. JP grounded out to second. Open up the home first. I hit JP on the throwback. Nice to see that he can laugh about it. Let's see.
Stassi off the bat. Bat hits the helmet. Oh.
Two 2-0. Mariners 2 runs on 3 hits. Robbie Ray's held Angels no runs, no hits. Through 3. Infield, it'll be Mayfield at third. And time now for a word from the Redmond Police Department.
Inspired by a bold belief in the dignity of every person, the Redmond Police Department are leaders in our community, guided by respect, professionalism, and dedication. Being a member of the Redmond Police Department truly is our calling.
Ty France, the hitter, 1 out. You watch Ty France, don't you feel like it? You can send out a video to all your kids in the affiliates. That's how you get some plate coverage like that down the line. It will get foul. But it's been remarkable what he's done in his time here in Seattle with the Mariners.
Yeah, it's just his ability to hit to all fields, Dave, has really helped him to drive in a lot of runs for the Mariners this year and just become a complete hitter. We've seen some power from him this year as well. When that pitcher makes a mistake, he's all over it.
Deal 1. He is fearless too. He stands, I wouldn't say it's on top of the plate, but when on his way in, he's a little bit of a diver.
Yeah, I mean, he gets hit a lot.
27 times last year. He's been hit 14 times this year, and it's only June 17th. He's been seeing a lot of those sweeping breaking balls in the last week, 10 days.
Well, it's a slider. We'll see on EQC Tracer. Throwing that slider up in the zone, up and away from him. See some more pitchers that try to throw that breaking stuff more at the top of the zone.
Well, he covered that one very nicely with a base hit with 1 out here in the 3rd. The man can just rake. He is so good.
Well, I love his approach right here. 2 strikes. He's trying to go middle of the field. He gets a fastball 95 miles an hour and just turns it around right back up the middle for the 1-out base hit.
That could be the start of a new streak for him. That broke an 0 for 6. So a 1-out base runner for Julio. 1-1 pitch. Julio, solid base hit left field first time up. Error got him to second. Wild pitch to third. Scored on the base hit by Suarez. And on the move is Ty France. The throw. It hits Ty. He's going to dig for third. He's going to get there. So the Mariners get another free pass, if you will, to third base. Second time that's happened here tonight.
Yeah, it's 2 free 90s again here, Dave. We get the ball. It gets away from Stassi again. He blocks it, but it just trickles away. Ty France being aggressive, gets a good secondary lead, reads it, gets to second base. The throw goes on into center field, and he's able to pick up third base after that.
That's what I thought. It hit Ty on his right forearm. Drawn in infield against Julio, now with a 1-1 pitch. 2-1.
Gotta love to see that aggression on the bases. I know Chris Negron, coaching staff, is in charge of the base running and wants these guys to be very aggressive, especially with their secondary leads, and we've seen it pay off a couple times tonight.
Julio up the middle, base hit. Mariners have a 3-0 lead. Jumped on a 2-1 pitch, and Ty France saunters home, and the Mariners have scored a run in each of the first 3 innings. RBI for Julio, his 29th, his second hit this evening.
Well, Julio taking a page out of Ty France, 93 miles an hour. It's a 2-seamer down at the bottom of the zone. McDonald's McDelivery Supermo, you see the replay, just taking it right back up the middle. And Trammell
is liking that. It goes back to, I think you mentioned it, and certainly Scott Servais has been talking about. We need to a lot of guys need to shorten up to the ball.
Yeah, that was nice and short, right back through the middle.
3-0 Mariners. Julio, definite threat to run. He's 17 out of 20. Leads the American League in that category. Juan Mateo of Baltimore on his heels with 16, and Cedric Mullins right behind him with 13. And he was going. He just got back. Wow, he was going.
They had him leaning.
And
the hesitation to get back to the bag. He was leaning. I think the throw, had it been more towards the outfield side, would have had him.
And as we've seen, you've seen it too, Dan. He likes to go early if he can. First, second pitch.
Well, Max Stassi right around league average, 5 for 24 and throwing out runners.
What a dimension he brings. I mean, he's a big guy, 6'4", 230, runs like crazy. But just the whole speed game, because not many people do it anymore.
Yeah, and it's such a distraction for pitchers. It really is. And no matter what base you're on, if you're on first or second, it's a distraction. It takes away from what you're trying to do with the hitter.
Throwing down, keep him honest after Suarez swings through. Gino on a 2-2 pitch. RBI single to left in the first inning.
Julio with a little extended secondary lead again, but able to get back very safely, easily.
Well, they get Suarez the right side of the infield. The other thing too, you hope, with that much attention being paid, pitcher's not used to throwing over with significant, trying to get you moves. They can throw it away in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no doubt.
0-1 pitch. Julio holds. Check swing. That's a problem. Double play. Mariners do get one. It's 3-0 as we go to the fourth. Here as he looks for win number 6 that would even up his record at 6-6. Looking good here at a little stretch he's working now. He has struck out 4 of the last 6 men that he's faced. He's walked 1 and hit a batter, and he has not yielded a hit.
Pretty impressive stuff from him so far. Kind of capped it off by punching out Trout to end the third.
Matt Duffy straight away center and deep, going back Julio with plenty of room. 1 out. Duffy had reached on a fielder's choice in the first inning. This is an entirely different lineup, but without Ohtani.
Yeah, having him out of the lineup is huge, no doubt about it, and it's kind of a nice luxury for the Mariners tonight. And a night when their offense is trying to find its footing, they're able to go right back out there and shut them down and keep the momentum in their dugout. And a big part of that is not having Ohtani right there in the middle of the lineup for the Angels.
Here's Rengifo. The Mariners offensively, a run on 2 hits, a run on 1 hit, and a run on 2 hits. There's Robbie Ray looking good at the bottom of the zone.
Well, the big difference tonight, Dave, Mariners 2 for 2 with runners in scoring position. That's been a tough thing for them all season long, and tonight having 2 big hits with 2 runners in scoring position gets them going.
Yeah, and offensively, 2 multiple hit innings. First time they've done that since Tuesday. A hard time stringing hits together. Robbie Ray doing his part.
Yeah, a couple of quick outs there. 2 outs and just 4 pitches to start the 4th inning. If he can get through Stassi quickly, that'll bode well for him later in the ball game.
Strike 1. Maxey grounded out to Suarez to end the 1st inning. Chain playing 3rd tonight. And load up the left side of the infield. And he fouls it off to the right side. 0-2.
Yeah, quickly ahead. 0-2. 10 out of 14 batters he's been ahead on the first pitch strikes. A good fastball there down at the bottom of the zone. He's had very good location tonight. Very few pitches have found the middle of the plate.
The 0-2. Got him. How about Robbie Ray? 5 strikeouts. He has struck out 5 of the last 9 men that he's faced. He's got a 3-0 lead. Coverage cam. Good crowd. Look at this here at T-Mobile Park. Nice long homestand for the Mariners. Trying to get right against the Angels. This is game 2 of a 5-game set. Mariners against Boston and Minnesota went 2-4. So they're now 2-5 on this homestand. Trying to turn things around. They are in a stretch, Dan. 18 games against teams with sub-500 records. Angels for 8-7 with Oakland and 3 with Baltimore. An opportunity here. They can keep stringing hits together and do some big-time work. Jesse Winker going to lead it off here in the 4th. Winker, Upton, and Frazier against Michael Lorenzen. Breaking ball, miss, ball 1. Jess with a ground out to 3rd. There are the division numbers. Jesse ahead 2-0.
Stassi holding that one a little bit longer than normal. I think he thought it was maybe a strike.
Reno Winker with 40 walks leads the American League. Trying to get aboard, lead off this frame, and looks at the strike. Three and one from Lorenzen. And Jesse Winker's aboard to lead off the Mariners' fourth. In print and online at SeattleTimes.com. The Seattle Times delivers deep sports coverage to your home, desktop, phone, or tablet. Make the most of this season. Visit SeattleTimes.com/subscribe to sign up now. For Lorenzen, his first walk. And Justin Upton, second plate appearance as a Mariner. 89 games with the Angels last year. 211, 17 homers, 41 runs, batted in with 12 doubles. Jerry Dipoto before the game, I said, did you have a time frame for bringing Upton to the ball club up from Tacoma after he got his feet wet down in Arizona and then up here at Tacoma? And he said, I told him, call me when you're ready. He said a couple of days ago he called, said I'm ready to go. And here he is. There's a strike.
A pretty good slider here from Lorenzen. Starts at middle of the plate and just clips that outside corner. That's the difference, Dave, between a veteran and a young player. The veteran just knows what he needs. He knows when he's ready to go.
Winker back safely. Jesse has not attempted a stolen base.
Got a chance to see Justin when I was down in Tacoma, and he was just getting started, and you could just see every single day things starting to get a little bit closer, and
all in 2 strikes.
He was down there maybe 11 days total, 10-11 days, something like that, and he was ready to go.
He's had a great run. 4 times an All-Star, 4 times in the top 25 in MVP voting.
Interviewed Jared Kelenic down there yesterday about Justin and just said he's been such a great teammate down there as well.
Strikes out here, and Lorenzen picks up strikeout number 2. So 1 away with a man at first. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Glad you've joined us this Friday night. It's Star Wars night here at the ballpark, T-Mobile Park. Dave Sims with Mariners Hall of Famer Dan Wilson. There's Adam Frazier rounding out this second. Angels at double play depth. First pitch strike.
But we talked about Lorenzen. He's going to use a 2-seamer and a 4-seamer. This is a 2-seamer. Clips the outside corner. You see that action running away from Frazier.
Back in May, he had a good run, batting the 280 mark. It's been scuffling since then. This will get into the seats. It tells Dad you can keep it. Give it to your sister. One out, one on. 0-2 count to Frazier. Cal Raleigh, who homered on a 1-1 pitch in the second inning for the 2-0 lead that went to 3 in the third inning. It was an RBI by Julio Rodriguez.
You ever get a foul ball, Dave, when you were a kid going to a baseball game?
I had some guys that worked for my dad who worked second jobs at County Mac Stadium. That's how I get them. I came close a couple of times going to ball games. I never got one.
Did you bring your glove or did you go bare?
Oh, I gotta go bare. Come on. Didn't want to fight anybody for the glove trying to leave the ballpark. You know what I'm saying? 2-2. How about you?
No.
Where'd you go? Chicago? Did you go there?
Yeah, I used to go to games down at Wrigley.
You went to Wrigley.
Yeah.
Okay, you were close. That was closest to where you grew up.
Yeah, and I was a Reds fan, so.
Oh man.
My folks would look at the schedule and find out when the Reds were in town, which was usually September.
This was before Mr. Bench or after?
No, it was during
the
Big Red Machine. Yeah, this was in the
okay, yeah,
70s.
that's right. That's right.
Yep.
So he came up. He was 68 when he came up.
Yeah.
How many times have you had a chance to meet John?
Got a chance to meet him in Cincinnati. Yeah, when I was with them, and his hands will swallow you up.
Here's a base hit left field. Hey John, here's 6 balls. Can you hold them in one hand? 6 baseballs. Good for Adam Frazier. Base hit. Nice to see him find some green without somebody getting a glove on it.
Well, it's a 2-seamer up out of the zone. McDelivery Super Mo. Take a look at that swing. He just gets that pitch up and away from him and just lays it into left field for the base hit.
Velasquez, the shortstop, going over to the right side of the infield here for Cal Raleigh. Cal in the 8th spot in the order. Homered in the second, his 8th, RBI number 18. He's got a couple of men aboard with 1 out. Popped it up. Long run for the left fielder. It's going to be Marsh. Two outs. See if Taylor Trammell can generate something. He's been in between a lot lately. And it looks like he's second guessing himself in his swing decisions.
Yeah, it can be a tough place to be. Sometimes you get caught in the middle, like you mentioned, Dave, where you're behind the fastball, you're out in front of the breaking ball. You just can't seem to find the right timing. That's when you take that up the middle approach and try to get yourself back to where you need to be.
Couple men aboard, 2 outs. Winker started the inning off with a walk. Upton struck out. Base hit Frazier. Raleigh popped out. One and one. Now hitting .250, runners in scoring position. Trying to turn the order over again. J.P. Crawford's on deck. Two balls, 1 strike.
Well, after a changeup, 1-1, he comes back with a cutter up and in. Pretty good pitch, just too high.
See what gives here. 2-1, 3-1. J.P. Crawford awaits. Winker about average speed out there at second base. Outfield not too deep for Taylor. He does have some pop. 3-1 pitch from Lorenzen. Taylor did that a bunch down and did that about 3 times down in Texas, where he thought it was ball 4. He chucks his bat and he's going to dig back in. That's not going to endear yourself to too many umpires.
I'll take a look on the EQC tracer. Looks like he maybe has a case. Looks like a cutter on the outside corner, tried to backdoor it, and it just didn't quite make it. But Max Stassi worked a little magic.
3-2 pitch. Runners go. Ball 4. Bases are loaded. Good at bat for Taylor Trammell. Second walk in the ball game and this inning for Lorenzen.
Changeup just below the zone. Saw that pitch called earlier, but Hunter Windelstedt giving it a ball 4 to load up the bases for the Mariners.
All right, here we go. StatCast powered by Google Cloud. There are the runners. Winker at third. Frazier at second. Trammell at first. You hear that knocking? It's opportunity. And you gotta love 2-out RBIs. Let's see if J.P. Crawford can cash in. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to second, popped out to third. Strike one.
Starts him with a good cutter on the inside part of the plate.
JP with a grand slam against Tampa Bay last June. Chance to break this game wide open. It's 3-0 Mariners. 2 outs, bottom 4. And the count goes to 1-1.
Going to toggle back and forth between that cutter in, changeup away.
Here comes the 1-1 from Lorenzen. In tight, 2-1.
Another cutter inside. Just trying to speed him up and slow him down.
A lot of grand slams last year. Fraley and Long no longer here. Haniger on the shelf. 2-1 pitch. 3-1. Biggest thing right now, 3-1, bases loaded, 2 outs. You want to be composed. You don't want to get too excited, right?
Yeah, I got to shrink the zone. You got to get that pitch that's the mistake pitch. Lorenzen likes his changeup. To me, he's going to go either changeup or two-seamer. Stay middle of the field.
Bases loaded, a 3-1 pitch. Walked him. That'll pick up a run. The Mariners have scored in each and every inning of this ball game so far. It's 4-0 Seattle. RBI for J.P. Crawford is 17. Not a surprise to see Matt Wise, the pitching coach, come out for a visit. Lorenzen, 3 walks in the game all this inning, forces in a run here. As Winker comes home and everybody else moves up.
Well, so far in this one tonight, Lorenzen has had pretty good command. And this inning, 3 walks alone. He has moved the ball in and out both sides of the plate, but seemingly lost a little bit of feel for his two-seamer, has run it off the plate a little bit too much in this inning, and it's cost him.
And now the Mariners' best hitter coming to the plate with the bases loaded. Love that. Look at that number. 3 runs with 2 outs. All gold. I tell you, all gold. Ty France with a base hit to center. Last time up, and Lorenzen having difficulty finding that strike zone. Ty 1 for 2 with the run scored. That was back in the 3rd. That is going to clear him. Frazier scores. Trammell scores. J.P. digging, getting a big wave on. Here he comes. He scores, and Ty France clears the bases. And the Mariners have a 7-0 lead on the Angels. Boy, your best hitter coming through. That is huge.
Well, he misses with a changeup the first pitch. This is a two-seamer down at the bottom of the zone. And Ty just goes down there to get it over the third baseman's head, and You knew at that moment when it found the outfield grass that all 3 runs were going to score. JP coming around all the way from first. And a huge offensive explosion here. And Dave, this is what the Mariners needed tonight.
Oh, and they needed a bust out in the worst way after what has been going on here. Here's Julio swinging at a big breaking ball. Here's JP.
He's loving it. Yes.
Look at that. He just kicked his numbers up a bunch. Julio way out in front of a breaking ball. 0-1 pitch. 1-1. 3 RBIs. Ty France, 44 in the season. 2 more hits for him. As we said back in the 3rd, base hit broken 0 for 6. A hot streak is in session for Ty France. 1-1. All 2 strikes. Julio, 8th man to the plate here in the 4th inning. So Austin Warren heating up. 1-2 to Julio. Julio trying to pick up his 2nd RBI and as many at bats. The 2-2 pitch.
Well, Lorenzen gets away with cutter there, middle of the plate. Julio gets a piece of it, fouls it off, but
2-2. Broken bat. They race to the bag. Lorenzen's there in time. 4 runs, 2 hits. An error and a man left. It's been a good start to this ball game. 7-0 Mariners. Teeth celebration. It's presented by Microsoft, so get to the ballpark early for special pregame roundtable. I'll be hosting that, featuring Harold Reynolds, Mark McLemore, Randy Wynn, J.P. Crawford, and hometown 9 fellow Kingston Edwards. Grab your tickets at mariners.com. Got the roof covering us here at T-Mobile Park. Robbie Ray staked to a very good lead here, 7-0, and he's upheld his end of the situation. No runs, no hits. He struck out 5. He's hit 1 batter and walked 1 batter. and the hit batter, and obviously the walk. Neither one of them scored.
Take a look at his strikeouts tonight. A couple on that four-seamer and a couple on that two-seamer or sinker that he's been throwing, and it's been a very effective pitch for him. He's located it very well, and that's the pitch he was able to strike out Mike Trout with. That little two-seam fastball just off the plate away.
0-2 to Brandon Marsh, leading off here in the fifth. Juan Lagares, Andrew Velasquez. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Back-to-back Ks for Robbie. He struck out 6 of the last 10.
Well, he continues to use that fastball, and now with that 7-0 lead, he can kind of lean on that fastball a little bit more. Fastball away. That's a four-seamer outside corner. It's at excellent location with it all night long.
How about his introduction a couple of starts ago against Houston with the sinker, the two-seamer?
Yeah,
stick that baby in there.
Really nice pitch for him.
Strike one to Juan Lagares. He was the second strikeout victim of the evening for Robbie. He did go. His home plate umpire Hunter Wendelstedt. 0-2. Robbie Ray in a good groove right now. 30-year-old left-hander out of Brentwood, Tennessee, signed a 5-year deal with the Mariners. Last November 30.
Lagares an aggressive swinger. So he's going to use that fastball outside of the zone, see if he can get a swing and miss. He's used 3 fastballs already. Might go to that slider here down and in.
One and two with Velasquez on deck. Lagares getting the start tonight in center field. Half a night off from Mike Trout. Doubleheader looming tomorrow. There's 1-2. Off Cal's glove. Play Lagares straight up in infield and outfield. The 1-2 pitch. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7. 3 consecutive strikeouts. He struck out 7 of the last 11 as we check in for a quick word from Seattle Cancer Care Alliance Proton Therapy Center.
I found out I had prostate cancer on opening day 2017. I had a friend who had prostate cancer, and I saw the side effects he was going through, and I just thought there had to be a better way. It was much easier than I ever thought possible. If I had to recommend proton therapy, I absolutely would.
Griffin, long-time Mariner trainer. We'll see him Ichiro weekend in late August. Thanks, Rick. First pitch strike to Velasquez. He lined out to Adam Frazier. Half swing.
Just a lot of fastballs. Boy, I tell you what, this 7-0 lead really lends itself well to Robbie Ray tonight. He's able to use that fastball. Good two-seamer. Away from the right-handed hitters. He's just going right at him.
That hit him? Close. Nope, didn't. One and two. Did he go? Nope. I mean, a pretty good groove. Well, that's an understatement. Pretty good groove. He's in a great groove.
Outstanding groove.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Strikes out the side. 8 Ks. He's retired the last 13 in a row. No runs, no hits for the Angels. It's 7-0 Mariners. Is brought to you by Heritage Distilling Company's gold medal awarded Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey. So you look at McDonald Creek, Glacier National Park. And so I'm told the water at this recording was about 35 degrees. It is picture postcard perfect.
Beautiful. Makes you want to throw a line in there, Dave.
Yeah, why not? My wife is going, yeah, right. How about the Mariners in the 4th inning? 8 men to the plate, 4 runs on 2 hits. Big one to Ty France. Bases clearing double, bouncing ball to the shortstop. Suarez, 1 pitch, 1 out. Originally I was surprised to see Lorenzen in there, but with the doubleheader tomorrow, he's not going to crush his bullpen here in this game. You know, son, you got to wear this one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And no activity in the Angels bullpen right now. 83 pitches for Lorenzen, but you're right, Dave. You got to save that bullpen. You got 2 games tomorrow and then another day game coming up on Sunday. So a lot of baseball here in the next 48 hours.
Easy decision for Phil Nevin and his pitching coach, Matt Wise. There's Winker. They got things started in the 4th inning, walking on a 3-1 pitch. Scored on a bases loaded walk, J.P. Crawford. The 0-2. Skip tells you, hey, you got to wear it. Now it shows you got to show your competitiveness, your steel. 2-2.
Now Lorenzen's been around for a while, so he understands. He knows exactly what's going on, and probably happy to take it for the team.
2-2. Matter of fact, he and Winker were teammates in Cincinnati. 3-2. Strike 3 called. 2 outs for Lorenzen. That is his 3rd strikeout. 2 down, 5th inning. Make sure you start your holiday weekend. Start it with a bang at T-Mobile Park. Mariners' next fireworks show's coming up Friday, July 1. Mariners will be taking on the A's, and we're celebrating the red, white, and blue. You bet. Lock in your seats for this patriotic fireworks night at Mariners.com/fireworks and get 2 great shows for the price of 1. Upton swings through. He's grounded out the short, struck out. And he's behind here 0-2. Upton was a first-round pick. He was a 1-1 first-round pick, first pick, 05 by the Diamondbacks out of Great Bridge High School in Chesapeake, Virginia. And with Arizona, the Angels, Atlanta, Detroit, San Diego, now the Mariners. It's a really big home run years.
Oh, outstanding career.
30 plus home run seasons. When he wasn't hitting 30, he was hitting 26, 29, 26, 28. Had a very good run. 324 home runs in his 828 games before tonight. 2-2. Oh, look out. Goodness gracious. Oh, man. No way. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, man.
Trying to make his way up.
Oh, man. To think we played for generations in this game without helmets.
Yeah, that one clearly just above the bill of the helmet.
Oh, goodness. Dylan Moore takes over for Upton.
Well, glad to see, Dave, that he was able to walk off on his own.
Yep. And hopefully there's not any long time ramifications. Wow. I would say forget about it. I'm not anticipating seeing him in the lineup tomorrow. Not after that. Bouncing ball off the bat. Frazier underhand flip by Rengifo. And we go to inning number 6. It's all Mariners 7-0. Good news regarding Matt Brash. With Tacoma since May 25, 10 games, 2 saves. Look at the ERA. Spotless. 16 Ks over 2 walks, and opponents hitting $147 against. Got a feeling we'll be seeing him before long, right?
Yeah, I had a chance to see him when I was there as well, and 3 relief appearances, and just very dominant. Just great stuff, electric stuff, and learning how to make that adjustment from being a starter to being a reliever. See a couple of saves there, finding some high leverage situations for him to come in and close the door. Great to see that. Way to go, Matt.
Jack Mayfield leads off for the Angels. Robbie Ray, terrific role that he is on. He's retired, let's see, 13 consecutive, 8 of the last 12 via strikeouts, including 4 consecutive strikeouts. As you mentioned, as we were going to break, Dan, he's just throwing the fastball and getting it by people.
Yeah, 15 pitches last inning, 14 of them were fastballs. As you take a look at his 8 punch outs tonight, all on the hard stuff. 2 seamers and 4 seamers.
2-0. And now he's behind 3-0. He's walked 1. That was in the first inning. He walked Trout on 4 pitches, which I don't think anybody had a problem with that at all.
Oh.
He hit Rengifo. Wasn't trying to. It was a 2-2 pitch in that inning. 3-0. 3-1. Be Mayfield, Taylor Ward, and Trout. 9-1 and 2.
Well, Mayfield's a guy who wants to go right after, keep him off the base. As he gets to Trout, you want to have those bases empty.
Easy play for Julio. He is on one heck of a roll.
Yeah, it's a great job right there, Dave, to come back after getting down 3-0. Just want to go after a guy like Mayfield down at the bottom of the order. You don't want anybody as you get closer to Trout, and does a nice job coming back from 3-0 there to get Mayfield, and now turns the order over for the 3rd time.
So Dylan Moore in left field, top of the order. Here's Taylor Ward, 0 for 3. Fly to center, ground out to 3rd. Playable for Ty France. Trammell coming on, but Ty's got it, 2 down.
Yeah, more fastballs from Ray, just going right at him. This one up and in, and it just ties up Ward.
We talked about the walk that Trout in the 1st inning. How about 3rd inning on a 2-2 pitch? Let's take a look here. This is what he did to get him, to strike him out.
Yeah, it's that sinker that he throws off the plate away to get the swing and the miss. He set it up nicely with those sliders down and in, and then pop that 2-seamer off the plate away for the swinging strikeout.
7-0 Mariners. So we play top 6. First pitch strike to Mike Trout. Big damage last night. A couple of 2-run homers. Angels win that game last evening, 4-1.
Well, continuing to go after hitters with that fastball.
He's ahead of Trout, 0-2.
Another good 2-seamer off the plate away. Mike Trout doesn't like the call. Cal Raleigh doing a really nice job of framing that pitch.
Robbie listening for the call from Cal. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 3 pitches. 16 consecutive retired. He's got 9 Ks. No hit ball through 6. is brought to you by Home Street Bank, rated one of America's best small banks in 2022 by Newsweek. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. By Xfinity, supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi and beatable internet only from Xfinity. And by Virginia Mason Franciscan Health, the Mariners' official partner in health, keeping the Northwest healthy at vmfh.org. We look at Glacier National Park. That was established back May 11 of 1910. There's your story right there. Mariners 7-0. Robbie Ray's been fabulous.
I'll take a look at Michael Lorenzen on the other side. 5 innings tonight. Gave up 7 hits, 7 runs. They were all earned. 3 Ks and 3 walks. 96 pitches. Mariners doing a nice job offensively, taking advantage of a lot of the Angels' mistakes. And that big inning in the 4th, taking advantage of the 3 Lorenzen walks. And Austin Warren will take over now, his 9th appearance on the year. Opponents hitting .265 off of him.
Cal Rockets one. That's a fair ball. It's off the fence. He's got to hurry. He's in there safely with a leadoff double. Cal Raleigh having a big night, a home run and a 2-bagger to open up the home 6th.
Well, swinging at the first pitch, going down and getting this one. 112 off the bat and hustling into second base. The head first dive. Make delivery super mode. About middle of the wall. Just missing the homer.
Boy, a good night. This offense, we talked about it in the open, Dan. They've busted out tonight. 7 runs on 8 hits. Trammell tonight struck out, walked, and scored a run. Infield pulled around to the right for Taylor. 1-0 pitch in tight. What a good night. This is a big emotional night for the guys who've been scuffling, swinging the bat last few games. 2-1.
Little slider here, bottom of the zone. We'll see some fastballs, about 94 as an average fastball. He likes his slider, occasional changeup.
2-1 pitch. Strike 2 from Austin Warren, 26 years old, out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, to North Carolina Wilmington.
EQC tracer. Pretty good take right there by Taylor Trammell. Not much you can do with that one.
Cal Raleigh, the runner at second. 2-2 pitch. Full count. Haniger out. Kelvick down at Tacoma. Taylor Trammell getting steady playing time in right field. 3-2 here. And that'll pick up a run, a base hit for Taylor. Nicely done there as Cal scores, standing up, and the Mariners have an 8-0 lead. RBI for Taylor Trammell, his 7th, first hit of the night.
Well, Taylor working the count and then getting a little bit of a slider there, middle of the plate, about middle. Did some good extension, hitting that ball on the line into right field. Pick up the base hit and the RBI as Cal Raleigh scores to make it 8-0 Mariners.
Talk about an attitude adjustment night. Dan, this has been Outstanding. Ball one.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it comes at a good time too, Dave, with 2 games tomorrow and then the day game Sunday. Give these guys some confidence as they go into a lot of baseball here. It's been a tough week up until this point, but this is a nice bust out.
Most runs the Mariners have scored since they beat Baltimore 10-0 back on May 31. I was at Baltimore. Strike one to JP. Walked with the bases loaded. Picked up an RBI. That was in the 4th. He's 0 for 2 with it. Ground out the 2nd. To pop out the 3rd.
Mariners 4 for 6 now with runners in scoring position, and that's key.
Way inside. Yeah, they came in over the last 7. We talked about it in the open, hitting just 203 runners in scoring position. That is a big boost.
And we talked about bunching up some hits too, and they've had 4 innings now where they've had a couple of hits in the inning. So
multi-hit innings are big. I
yeah.
mean, in this stretch they've been in, they've what they call a picket fence.
That's right.
At the bottom of your scorecard. 1 hit there, 1 hit there. Off the fist of JP, 2-2.
We like those crooked numbers, as we say in the dugout. Crooked numbers as a hit, crooked numbers when you're talking about runs as well. And they've done both tonight.
And let it not be forgotten, Robbie Ray, no runs, no hits. Struck out 9, retired his last 16. 2 base runners, a walk and a hit batter. That's it. JP high to right field. Measuring his Ward. He's there. He makes the catch. So a run in, 1 out. Hey, the Mariners are celebrating Juneteenth and Father's Day this Sunday. Team's going to wrap up this 5-game series against the Angels at 110. First 10,000 dads can pick up a Seattle Steelheads cap thanks to EQC. Bring Dad out for a great Father's Day at the ballpark and grab seats at mariners.com. So 1 out. Here's Ty France. 2 for 3. He's knocked in 3 with a double to left. That was back in the 4th. He got a base hit to center, run scored in the 3rd. Ty coming off an evening on the bench last night, resting, taking in the game. And as you mentioned, and rightfully so, the mental break is probably the biggest part of everything.
No doubt, especially when a team is struggling to score runs. It's nice to get that mental day off, and I think we're seeing the fruits of that rest last night. Today, when he gets a couple of hits, the big blow with the 3-run double in the 4th.
And singly got 3rd inning, broken 0 for 6. Followed that with a double. He's got a 1-1 count. Up the middle. There's a tailor-made double play. That'll do it for the Mariners in the 6th. To get Robbie Ray out here, he has just been scintillating. Retiring the last 16 men that he's faced in an 8-0 Mariner lead. Everybody bid for your chance to win a suite at first pitch to Dan Wilson, benefiting Benaroya Research Institute at bmfh.org/G. Go Imps. Nice to have you participating there, Dan. I know you do a lot of great work for BMFH.
Nice to be a part of it. Excited to see who comes out there to throw the first pitch, Dave.
Don't blame you.
Not as easy as it looks.
Oh, I know. I'm always covering my eyes when our football and basketball brethren go out to throw that first pitch. It's like, oh, goodness. Robbie Ray dealing tonight. No hit ball through 6. He's got Duffy, Renifo, and Stassi. 3, 4, 5. Kept it pretty simple, too, Dan, retiring the bulk of this, the work that he's done here, retiring the last 16. And in that last 16, boy, he's got a ton of strikeouts.
Yeah, a ton of strikeouts, lots of fastballs, 2-seamers and 4-seamers, and then he drops that slider on Trout to punch him out for the second time.
Bouncing ball to JP. Second hop right on the money. One down here in the top of the 7th. And see how the Walt Disney Studios helped America win the war in a new exhibit at the Museum of Flight, the Walt Disney Studios and World War II. It opens July 9. Big crowd. Fireworks, Star Wars, 37,500.
Great atmosphere tonight. Lots of excitement, and the Mariners have done their part with 8 runs.
They put on a show, that's for sure. One out. Here's Renifo. Strike 1. He was hit by a pitch. He's the only, let's see, 1, 2. Actually, there's 3 base runners today. There's a fielder's choice mixed in with the walk and the hit batter, all in the first inning. Bouncing ball. Gino takes advantage of the hop. 2 down. 2 friendly hops here. 1 to JP, 1 to Suarez. 2 out.
Oh, it's a slider on the outside corner. Renifo reaches for it, rolls over on it, and hits a nice one-hopper to Eugenio Suarez, who takes that high hop and makes a nice play. See, 89 pitches for Robbie Ray.
Yeah, he's in good shape. Great shape. 18 consecutive hitters retired. And Max Stassi ground out the 3rd and a strikeout. One out. They'll look to battle back here behind 2-0. 2 out, nobody on, 7th inning. Breaking ball. 2-1.
Wow, really good slider there. 2-0. Falls behind with a couple of 2-seamers off the plate away, and then just throws this nice hard slider down in the zone. He's got a good feel for all his pitches tonight, Dave, and has used that 2-seamer so effectively.
2-1 pitch. Comebacker off his glove. Oh, geez, he should have let it go, and he knows it. As soon as it didn't go in his glove, he knew. Should have let it go. That'll be the first hit. Oh, man.
Wow.
Oh, that should have been a simple 1-3 put out.
Well, we weren't talking about it up here in the booth, but
oh,
just off the top of his glove, and you could see his reaction. He knows right then it's going to be a base hit.
After retiring 18 consecutive and not allowing any hit throughout the course of the ball game, 3 base runners, a walk, a fielder's choice, and a hit batter in the first inning, and there goes the no-no. That's all you can do. Dude, you got an 8-0 lead. things are still pretty good for you.
Absolutely.
There's Brandon Marsh.
And he comes right back with a fastball in the zone.
You had to figure he's going to be aggressive in this AB, right?
No doubt.
He's got him 0-2.
Another two-seamer on the inside part of the plate. Guessing we'll see a slider left on left here after the two-seamer inside. Marsh has struck out twice already tonight.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Robbie's going to have that comebacker in his nightmare tonight. 7 brilliant innings. 8-0 Mariners. To play Washington's lottery, or when you play, all of Washington wins. In fact, over the last 10 years, more than $1.2 billion have been contributed to education. Good look at Glacier National Park again. Along the Going to the Sun Road, McDonald Falls. Dave Sims, Dan Wilson, Mariners Hall of Famer. It's been a fun night at the ballpark. Mariners bouncing back after a rough few games here, not producing a lot of hits and runs. But it has been abundanza tonight. 8 runs on 9 hits, and Robbie Ray took a no-hitter for 6 2/3. Here's Julio to lead it off here in the home 7th. Julio, a couple of hits, an RBI, scored a run.
A slider starts him out with 2 sliders. This one middle of the plate, but down. Julio has a healthy cut at that one and fouls it off. He really continues to see the ball well. We saw him with a base hit earlier in the ball game on a slider.
1-2 from Austin Warren. On in relief, Michael Lorenzen. Up the middle, base hit. 3-hit night for Julio Rodriguez. Good start to the Mariners home 7th. He's so strong, Dan. He didn't even get that on the barrel.
Yeah, this is just really good hitting right here. A couple of sliders, and then he throws him that fastball. It's off the plate inside, but you see how he stays inside that ball so well and is still able to get enough of the barrel to it to get it up the middle for a base hit. And that is just really good hitting right there by Julio Rodriguez.
37,500 party atmosphere. Fireworks coming up a little bit later. Suarez, ball one. Gino RBI single to left in the first. Since then he's bounced into a double play and grounded out to short. One and one.
Got the wave going, Dave.
Big time. It's moving fast. I don't have the stopwatch out, but might be a local record. 1-1. 1-2. Turned up the volume and everything. Oh, yeah. One thing I wanted to mention earlier before he had to leave the game, Justin Upton got hit by a pitch, got hit in the helmet. Hopefully he's recovering quickly. Here's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Suarez. How about this? He said that when he was down in Tacoma with the pitch clock, lost him a few strikes, and he said that is really something. I know you and we've talked about it over on the radio side as well.
Yeah.
But here's a guy who's lived it, and he said, "Hey man, it's different." And I said, "There's going to be a lot of guys, heck, in the Mariner bullpen, going to have to deal with that for next year. It's going to be interesting."
Yeah, no doubt. And we talked about that when he was coming back. His first couple of games in Tacoma, we said, hey, by the way, there's a pitch clock and there's an automatic strike zone behind you. So it's going to be a little bit different for you when you get in there. And sure enough, he was it was a little fast and something that he wasn't used to. So
there's Jesse Winker. 0 for 2 with a walk and run scored. Fly ball, right center field. Ward's there. But you're talking about 2 down. You know, the other 700-800 guys are going to have to learn how to deal with this. You know, guys have not made the veteran guys who didn't experience it en route.
Right.
Major leagues.
Yeah, I mean, assuming they bring that up to the big leagues next year in some form,
right? It's
going to be a big adjustment, and no doubt about it. So it'll be interesting to see how the pitch clock evolves, and then that strike zone as well. What happens with that? We'll just have to wait and see.
Yep. Runner at first, 2 down now. There's Dylan Moore. He took over for Upton. Justin was hit on an 0-2 pitch by starter Michael Lorenzen. It was a pitch. I mean, a new definition of got away from him. Thank goodness for helmets. He tucked just enough that he got it in the helmet, not in his face.
Yeah. I hope he's all right down there.
They're here. Two-0. 2-1 to Dylan. Looks like Robbie Ray will be coming out again for the 8th inning. I don't see anybody heating up.
No activity. Just some guys getting up, getting loose, getting the blood flow, but nobody warming up as of yet.
And tight. 3-1. Just joining us. You missed a lot of good stuff. Mariner scored a run in the first, second, third, 4 in the fourth, 1 in the 6th. Ty France with a robust return after a day off. He's got a couple hits, drove in 3. Julio's got 3 hits. Dylan Moore fouls this one off. 8 runs on 10 hits. As we mentioned, Robbie Ray, no-hit ball for 6 2/3. Had a little dinky comebacker that went off the edge of his glove for a base hit. He would have had a no-hitter through 7. Dylan Moore pressed into service after Upton rather got hit in the helmet. That was back in the 5th inning. Tell you what, Austin Warren, pitch clock had been enforced now. He'd been in trouble.
He'd have been dinged.
3-2 pitch, 2 out. Julio takes off at first. Strike 3 called. That'll do it. To the 8th inning we go. It's all Mariners 8-0. T-Mobile coverage cam in action. Robbie Ray. That was his strikeout to end the 7th inning after he booted a comebacker that would have had a no-hitter through 7. He got a huge ovation. Fans really appreciate his work. And one of the things we talked about at the beginning of the game, Dan, he did not have one of those innings, one of those big innings, which has plagued him throughout this season.
Yeah, big reason for that too, Dave, is that the offense has really given him some solid footing to begin. And
Trammell can't get this. This will be extra bases off the bat of Juan Lagares. He's digging for 3, and he's going to get there standing up. Leadoff triple here in the 8th. Watch this.
Well, this is kind of a tricky corner down there. We lost sight of it, but you see the spin on the ball, kicks it off the wall, and then it goes deep into that corner off of Taylor Trammell. And Lagares able to get to 3rd base for the leadoff triple.
Farthest the Angels have had a base runner tonight.
Ben Murphy will begin tossing down there in the Mariner bullpen. 98 pitches now for Robbie Ray.
By far his best performance since signing with the Mariners. Velasquez the hitter. 0 for 2. And now Robbie behind 3-0. Back with the strike.
Robbie falling behind Velasquez 3-0. EQ seek tracer. 3-1 pitch or 3-0 pitch on the inside corner.
3-1. Fought it off and down the line. That'll score a run. Velasquez going to go for 2, and he's going to get there. And now, quick word from Sound Credit Union.
You want to see your dollar go farther? How about closer? At Sound Credit Union, members help each other and make a difference in their communities. Sound Credit Union. Invested in we.
Robbie Ray going to get a huge ovation. 7 outstanding innings, gives up a triple and a double in the 8th inning. The fans appreciate it. Big crowd, 37,500. And everybody standing up. Robbie Ray hands the ball to Scott Service, gets the attaboys. And let's listen to this roar.
Awesome.
Robbie Ray, what a performance tonight. 10 strikeouts, 3rd time he's done it this season. He had 10 against Philly, he had 10 against Oakland, and he rings up 10 this evening. He was outstanding, Dan Wilson.
Absolutely, had it all going. Really relied on that fastball, especially that 2-seamer, and he used it so effectively on both sides of the plate. Able to use the slider at times as well. But I'll tell you what, he was in command the entire time. Take a look at his teammates. They sure appreciated it too. Every single guy patting him on the back, including the skipper. And he comes off to an outstanding ovation. And why not? 7+ innings, 3 hits, just the 1 earned run. There is a runner still out there, but 10 strikeouts, 102 pitches. That's just an outstanding outing for Robbie Ray.
There's Penn Murphy. Robbie Ray, by the way, 68 pitches for strikes. Penn Murphy, a nice surprise so far this season for the Mariners. Off the fist, Jack Mayfield. Our Big and Plumbing call to the pen brings us another Tennessean. Penn Murphy out of Vanderbilt, that's where he went to college.
Outstanding season so far for Penn. 90-mile-an-hour 2-seamer and a slider combination. It's been very effective for the Mariners.
And he strikes out his first hitter, Jack Mayfield. 1 out with a runner at second and a run in.
Well, use that 2-seamer. He'll climb the ladder right here. He also has a 4-seamer. He'll use it up top. And that's a good one. Not much Jack Mayfield can do with that pitch. good start for Penn Murphy.
Top of the order, Taylor Ward. Strike one.
Good sweep on that slider. You see he'll start it at the front hip or even behind that right-handed hitter. EQC Tracer starts it at the front hip, brings it into the zone.
Didn't miss by much. 1-1. Ward tonight is 0 for 3. Fly to center, ground out to third, pop up, a foul out to Ty France at first. Mariners protective equipment back there. Watch this.
Another fastball up in the zone, and this one fouled straight back off the mask of Cal Raleigh. It's all in a day's work, Dave. Come on.
Oh, man. Aren't you glad those days are the days of yore now?
That's right.
1-2. That's playable. So 2 outs here in the 8th. Scan the QR code on the screen right now. Lock in the JP's pack ticket special for Sunday's game against the Angels for $35. You're going to get main level seats, a JP Steelheads t-shirt, and a $5 donation to JP's Baseball Generations Foundation. Just scan the QR code right now or head to mariners.com/JP to buy your tickets before 5 p.m. tomorrow. 2 outs. There's Mike Trout. Robbie Ray walked him and struck him out twice. People turning on the lights on their cell phones now. And that gets through Cal Raleigh. Runner will advance. It's like they're trying for an encore at a rock concert. A wild pitch. Pretty good scene with all the lights on here.
Reminds me of the summer nights with lightning bugs.
Oh, good call. High fly ball. Ward's got plenty of room. Mike Trout has not hurt the Mariners tonight, he said with emphasis. 8-0. Make that 8-1. Mariners as we go bottom 8. Sports is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Revenue, returning forgotten money to people just like you. Doing it daily. Visit claimyourcash.org. And by your Western Washington Toyota dealers, Toyota. Let's go places. Boy, if you scream let's go before the game tonight, it certainly paid off for the Mariners. 8-1 lead here as we go bottom 8. And tomorrow the Mariners split doubleheader against these Angels. 1:10 for the first game. Salute to the Negro League celebration. Team's going to be wearing the special Steelheads uniforms honoring the 1946 Seattle Negro League franchise. Get your tickets at Mariners.com. They are sweet uniforms too. And with an 8-1 lead, you can't blame Phil Nevin. Hey man, I got a doubleheader tomorrow. Jack Mayfield. If you ever pitched, guess what? You're going to now, pal.
2 games tomorrow. Jack Mayfield on the mound. I got no idea what he throws, Dave, but I'm telling you, I think it's going to be low velocity on his heater. Looked like maybe he was throwing a little bit of a knuckleball up there. But you're right, with the doubleheader tomorrow, save the bullpen a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Jack's going to get the bottom third of the order. Adam Frazier, Cal Raleigh, Taylor Trammell. All right, the $64,000 question. Actually, with inflation, it's more than that. But the question would be, how tough is it hitting a dude like this when he's coming in a blowout situation and he's just throwing it over the plate?
Yeah, I tell you, sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's real difficult. Looks like he is flipping a little knuckleball up there.
Yeah.
And then that's his fastball.
Frazier retired. So Wade had to move to first base. Second career appearance pitching for Jack Mayfield. Cal Raleigh, good night for him. A home run, fly out to left, and a double. A run scored. I'm a big Stephen Colbert fan, but he got all over. Was it Frank Schwindel with the Cubs? Gave up a bomb, in a blowout situation. And Schwindel answered him on Twitter, says, "You come out and do it." Fly ball to left field. And there's 2 outs. Mariners baseball is brought to you by Steel. To find your local Steel dealers, visit steeldealers.com. And by your Puget Sound Acura dealers. Have you seen the all-new 7-passenger MDX Type S? Check it out. There's Taylor Trammell. Guys haven't seen that kind of velocity since what, Little League?
Yeah, well, he's flipping in there a pretty good little knuckleball.
Roenis Elias come up and finish things off. Yeah, got away from Stassi. That was pretty good movement. The old euchre line. How do you catch a knuckleball when it stops rolling after it gets by you? And Trammell drops one in. Gives him a 2-hit night. Two out, 1 on. Bottom 8, all Mariners. Doubleheader for these teams tomorrow. Forgot to ask you earlier. How many doubleheaders did you catch?
I remember catching. Yeah, I don't know that I've ever caught 2 9-inning games before, but in college I caught 2 7s a lot. Back then the Big Ten was doubleheader Saturday, doubleheader Sunday.
Oh my goodness! How many arms did you have? I hope you had a lot. And played for the Golden Gophers of the University of Minnesota. Like many Big Ten schools, you guys have a great fight song.
Oh yeah,
that's a great. If you can't get, Big Ten games, you can't get fired up listening to those, baby. Man. 2-1. An easy play for Ward. And that will do it. We go top 9, all Mariners, 8-1.
Lead it 8-1. Angie Bentink with you here at the Ford Sports Desk. And just to my left, down the stairs, fans are lining up for fireworks tonight. And of course, the theme, Star Wars. And it also is kind of the theme with our Where I Root photos this evening. Please continue to send them as we try to get them all on. Stormtrooper and Kylo Ren here hanging out with Galen. Bodyguards, that's two really good bodyguards right there. Josh sends this one in. I chuckled with this one. Star Wars night at the Mariners. Only complaint is the guy next to me is a heavy breather. Look at this little mini Darth Vader. I don't know how you got your kid to put that suit on. Good job there. And Megan, with Star Wars night going out tonight, is showing off her Mandalorian tattoo. Well, a reminder that the Mariners will play 2 tomorrow. Our coverage of Game 1 gets started at 12:30 after helping throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Harold Reynolds will join Dave Sims in the booth for Game 2, and I will join Dave in the booth for Game 2. Excuse me. Yeah, they're letting me back in. A reminder, fans, you do need tickets to both games, which you can get by logging on to mariners.com. Guys, back to you.
Angie, thank you. Look forward to working with you tomorrow. 1-1 from Elias. Matt Duffy, Luis Rengifo, Max Stassi. 3, 4, and 5 here in the 9th inning. So Robbie Ray carried a no-no into the 7th. And he was one correct grab and squeeze of a comebacker. And he had a no-hitter taking it into the 8th inning. Elias back with a strike, 3-2. Fabulous night for Robbie Ray. 3rd time this season with 10 strikeouts. They only allowed 3 base runners before they got to him in the 8th. That's off of Elias's glove. Frazier put out 1-4-3.
Good pitch right there by Roenis Elias, getting in on Duffy, jamming him.
Rengifo hit by a pitch, lined out to short, grounded out to third. And our best wishes to Justin Upton, was making his Mariner debut, and he took a fastball to the helmet. Hopefully he is okay. We talk about an energizing performance by Robbie Ray. Man. Breaking ball. Popped up. Long run for Dylan Moore. Got into the game after Upton was hit. 2 outs.
Yeah, it's interesting, Dave. Hard to know whether it was the offense that energized Robbie Ray or if it was Robbie Ray who energized the offense. But either way, both of them were on fire tonight.
Pleasure to see. To see you again on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
Same here. Got the H tomorrow. Our guy, Harold Reynolds, going to be on the first game tomorrow. And Andrew on the second game. Looking forward to tomorrow. There's Max Stassi. This is his comebacker. That cost 7 complete no-hit innings for Robbie Ray. He goes the other way here on a 1-0 pitch for a base hit. Thank goodness for the roof. Weather forecast is not good for tomorrow. Mr. Banks, Mr. Ernie Banks would be proud. Yeah, we're going to play 2. We'll get it in.
He'd say that a lot here with the roof.
Oh, yeah, right. Fly ball hit pretty well. Right field off the bat of Marsh. Taylor's there. That's your ball game. 8-1, a decisive Mariner blowout win. A magnificent performance by Robbie Ray and Ty France. Mariners postgame starts in 90 seconds.
Pre-game on Root Sports is presented by Vizzy's new Mimosa Hard Seltzer. Now available at a retailer near you.
8-1 final. Mariners even up this series with the Angels. Doubleheader tomorrow. Dave Sims, Dan Wilson with you. Now let's recap your local Ford dealer keys to the game. And Dan, Robbie Ray, star of the show.
No doubt, had it all going tonight. 2-seamers, 4-seamers, the slider, and the Mariner offense gave a lead. Able to just go right at him with the heater.
How about the 7th inning?
Well, started out like all the other innings. Weak ground ball.
Rengifo grounds out to third.
Another ground ball. We thought, hey, we might have something going here, something special.
But then a comebacker off the bat of Max Stassi. Should have had it. He'd be the first one to take. You can see how despondent he was at that. And a laugh to keep from crying.
And then able to get the punch out to end the inning, and quite the ovation.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful game by Robbie Ray. 10 strikeouts, third time he's done it. For more in the post-game show, here's Angie Mente.
Guys, thanks so much. Cal Raleigh launches his 8th home run of the season, and he nearly jacked his 9th home run of the season just about 4 feet away. Instead, it was a double off the wall. The other thing that happened tonight, as you guys talked about, he almost caught a no-hitter with Robbie Ray out on the mound. He lost it in the 7th inning. Arjen Mueller caught up with Cal afterwards.
Well, Cal, Robbie Ray had control from that 2nd inning on. What changed right there? What did he lock in?
He did a great job of mixing all night, and it was special. And I feel sick to my stomach when that hit fell, but he pitched great, and it was fun to see.
What did he say after that? Because his reaction said an awful lot. But what did he say to you after that hit?
We didn't really say much. We just kept going about our business. We had to move on, unfortunately, but that's how it goes. And he did a great job.
Did you think he had enough in the tank to finish it had that hit not happened?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
Why does he look like a different pitcher in the last 2 outings?
He's just made some adjustments, and he's a professional, so he comes out and does his work every day, and he goes about his business the right way, and it's a lot of fun to watch.
He is not the only story tonight. You help provide some offense, and there's this nifty little fact that when you homer, the team wins. What do you make of that?
I mean, if that's the case, I should homer more often. So. But,
oh, good. I'm glad you didn't just chalk that up to coincidence. I kind of like this game plan.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll do.
It will work, and there is some celebration that needs to take place. We're going to let you get inside and enjoy this one. Thank you, Cal.
Thank you.
All right, Jen, thank you so much. Yes, the Mariners improved to 10-0 when Cal homers. I don't even know why they continue to play the rest of the game. Right now, we take a look at our mixed delivery Super Mo moments of the game, and we just take one more look at Cal's 8th home run of the season.
Dream it.
Is brought to you by Washington's Lottery. Barrel up for a brighter future.
2-2, runner at third, base hit, left field, 1-0 Mariners on the Eugenio Suarez single scoring Julio Rodriguez.
Lots of scoring for the Mariners. 8-1. They evened the series with the Angels. Brad Adam, Dave Valley with you up here in the booth. All right, let's show you how they did it. Our Tacoma Subaru game recap. This was a fun one. They got things going in the first inning. Lots of speed from Julio and then a base hit from Suarez.
And Gino Suarez gets a party going here tonight. They've had a difficult time scoring runs, but he gets it going early in the first.
That was 1-0 in the first. Second inning. Here comes Cal Raleigh. Home run number 8. Just out of the reach award in right field.
And every time he homers, as Jen mentioned, the Mariners win.
That's right, 10-0. I love his answer. He's going to homer more often, Val.
I like that. I like that strategy.
Big night for Cal. Added a double later. We'll show that. In the fourth inning, bases loaded. That's the guy you wanted to play.
How many times have we seen him come up with a big hit, bases loaded? He hooks the ball down the left field line for a double and brings everybody home. A 3-run double, and the Mariners just take off and come up with the win.
J.P. Crawford pumped about that, scoring all the way from first base. Plenty of support for Robbie Ray. We talked about him. Of course, it would be a catcher that would break up the no-no, right, Val?
Yeah.
Of course. Infield single, using the speed. I like that. Our T-Mobile coverage cam highlights features Cal Raleigh. Well, we're in this catcher theme with you, Val. Again, the home run, which was fantastic. There it goes. That gave the Mariners a 2-0 lead. Cal was not done, though. He would also add a double. He had a couple of knocks. This was leading off the sixth. Just plasters that one off the wall. Using the speed, too. Going to, slides in safe easily. Our T-Mobile coverage cam. It's Cal Raleigh cam from tonight's Mariners win.
Welcome back, everybody. Tomorrow the weather might not be fantastic, but it's going to be a great day for baseball. So why not play too? And how about this? Look at this history. The last time the Mariners and the Angels played against each other in a doubleheader, well, it was 1985. They were the California Angels. Of course, they were still the Seattle Mariners. The lineup featured Rod Drew, Reggie Jackson, Phil Bradley, and Alvin Davis on the Mariners side. And Bradley won Game 1 with a walk-off homer. It's the sixth doubleheader between these two teams, the fifth one in Seattle. Hopefully, you will join us. A reminder, if you're coming down here to T-Mobile Park, you need a ticket for Each game, Robbie Ray absolutely fantastic, and the bats came alive tonight to even up the series with the Angels.
Mariners pregame on Root Sports is presented by Dizzy's new Mimosa Hard Seltzer. Now available at a retailer near you.
Well, there's a look at former Angel and